So I thought instead of just doing a simple part 2 of the teardown of the Minnie Mouse car here, we had a special opportunity where I can do basically an unboxing and a tool review of this Hardell Rotary tool. So, hey, if you're meeting me for the first time, I'm Grant Tommy. This is Straight Six Fan, your home for offbeat hot rodding. The current offbeat hot rod is we're doing a quarter scale offbeat hot rod. So we're going to body swap. If you didn't catch part 1, actually part 1 of the demo, second video of the series. Body swap of a post-war pedal car on the electric car chassis. But yeah, so we need to start cutting into the plastic, and here's why I'm in the situation I'm in. So I bought probably only this, call it 5-6 years old because I think it was post-COVID, but maybe not, I don't know. But an actual brand name Dremel tool, and it was battery powered. I really wanted a corded version, but like, yeah, well, you know, everything's battery powered these days. The on-off switch doesn't work on this, and so it only turns on as immediately as you plug in the battery pack. So that stings. Also, didn't think the battery life was that good on this, and that's frustrating, that's annoying. And so I really thought, you know, if the brand name tool, the Big Daddy of them all, was going to do it, I was just going to go on Amazon and find whatever had good reviews. And so this Hardell Rotary tool had some pretty good reviews, and at checkout, default product was orange, but I had an option to buy the pink one. And you know what? I thought, since this project is for my daughter, and she has taken a liking, and granted she's only 20 months old, but to tools and cars, should she continue this interest as like, hey, you know what, this would be a great hand-me-down gift to my daughter as her first tool. And we can say, well, the first time it was ever used was on this project. So I'm going to spin her around to the workbench and let's do an unboxing. So I figure either way, this is sort of a first impressions upload of this tool. I'll leave a link down in the description below to an Amazon affiliate. So if you click the link, I get a little kickback on if you order this product, or even if you order anything off of Amazon after I direct you there. So it's a great way for me to continue to like grow my channel and produce content like this. But anyway, it could suck. Who knows? We will find out together. But here's the goal. So there is a lip, a plastic lip here on the inside of the body, and we're going to cut along that. So I think to get there first, we're going to cut through the front fascia here, and then we'll start working our way around this raised lip. So we'll plug it in and let's get going. Alright, so first things I noticed that I like was the variable speed. Well, it doesn't like click into like your different speeds. Like there's 4. It is a very nice and firm like rotator. I guess it clicks in there for the 6 is the top speed, but maybe down to 1. But it doesn't. It feels well made. Nice toggle switch too. Rocker switch, I guess is what you call that. But yeah, so far so good. Looks like it's gonna be way easier to cut from the top, but like I said, what I'm trying to preserve is this raised lip here, and cut along that edge. So harder to see from the top, but definitely easier to cut from the top. But yeah, we'll just keep working at it. But I'll have to cut through the door skin, and then similarly here on the back, I want to keep this ridge because I think that might come in handy for when we're mating, of course. the pedal car. Okay, so we cheated and got the 4.5-inch mini grinder out to cut the fenders off. Reason being, I just can't get my rotary tool up and close enough, which we'll switch back to just so I can make these, tight radiuses and stuff. Alright, so it look like this ridge that we're trying to preserve does line up with the one in the back, and this, of course, like your pivot for the door. So to get in here, we're going to cheat again. We're going to take the mini grinder. We're going to cut off everything flush with the bottom here, straight through. Not quite sure how much of the door I will need to maintain. Again, it's not going to have operable doors because that's all going to be fixed, but I will need some thickness and some width, right, that lines up with this. So again, the goal here is just kind of taking it slowly, not cutting too much off right out of the gate, but no, this will be good. So yeah, as you can see there, we've been just alternating between rough cut with the mini grinder, finish cut with the rotary tool. And yeah, that was perfect using the rotary tool for this inside radius. Of course, we'll come back and we'll sand this down with the rotary tool as well, and smooth this all up. But yeah, it's been working pretty good. So we'll jump to the back, and then we'll decide exactly what we want to do with the door situation. Okay, we've got the front and the back cut, so it's time to do the doors. And I think what I'm going to do, in the first demo episode, put the blue tape down for kind of what we were thinking, and it's pretty close, but I want to like screw this door into like the jamb, so then when I cut, if this thing, it kind of feels like it wants to walk a little bit. Well, maybe not as bad as I first thought, but just to keep everything where I want it. And then we will just, be drawing a straight line from the edge of this to the edge of that, and yeah. Alright, so actually it looks like what I can do now is I can just pop this inside panel off. There's screws. Just remove it from the door skin, I think. But I'm glad I did what I did because you can see this little pink sliver, right? I should need this to just fill in like my tub. When I'm trying to fit it in here, it would be nearly impossible to probably cut that sliver, so now I do have them cut. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can just take the doors off, pull off the inner door skin. We'll keep the whole door. We'll just keep the whole door till we're at that stage, but then we can just cut down the jam all the way. Neat, as it looks like. Yeah, we would, have this nice hard line to cut down, and we might not need anything down there. We can go just tight up against this, and yeah, should be in good shape. Okay, so when you have limited time to shoot these episodes, sometimes you just wind up working all the way up to the end, and you realize you did a poor job of kind of meeting the objective you set out to do. So there is one negative I wanted to bring up about this tool that it dawned on me I didn't discover in the initial footage. So let's bring you on in here and show you what that problem is. So honestly, ironically, the con is one and the same as the pro. You know how I mentioned how I liked the feel of the variable speed dial? Well, what I found was the placement of it. It's really just in that spot where naturally you want to grab the thing. Palm of my hand, sort of like as I roll over, it would reduce the speed. So that's the one knock I have on this tool, but very impressed with it. It's working well for me, and I do like it. The Hardell rotary tool did everything I asked of it. Good purchase so far. First impressions, good purchase. We may have to do a long-term update as we get further into the project. What's rolling by here? Oh yeah, that cat eye Chevy with I don't know, probably missing a cat or something. But that sets me up in good position for the next episode until we can start fabricating, start shortening the axles and things like that, and figure out how narrow we can make this thing now that the tub is as narrow as it could possibly be. So, hope you're enjoying it. Again, link in the description below for the rotary tool, should you need one, should you want one, should you want to purchase the one that we're using here. From there, I just want to say to all my 6 fans out there, thanks for watching.